Definitely not the starters. You're on the End of the Bench podcast from 100.7 The Score.
I'm Mike Hebert, owner of Cantex Roofing and Construction. Every day is game day, and we'll get it right when it comes to your roofing, construction, windows, and mirrors. Call Cantex Roofing and Construction today. Together, we are one serving you.
Welcome in. 100.7 The Score is the End of the Bench. Excuse me. Got emotional here. It just, you work all week, and then you get in here on Friday, and you just want to get into the show. It's the End of the Bench. I'm Rob Breaux alongside Trent Hilliard, Lucas White behind the glass today. We are in the First United Bank studio. You can join the show. 806-771-0973. That's the Yates. Nope, that's the Visual Edge IT hotline. 806-771-0973. You can also hit us up on the Yates Flooring Center chat line via the apps. Brought to you by Happy State Bank or the website doubleTSportsNetwork.com. You can also find us on YouTube. YouTube.com/Double T Sports Network. Trent, how you doing?
Great. Last day of the week, last day of the month. It's a
double doozy.
It is, and getting closer. Hit August now. It starts coming close to football season, so it's exciting.
The week has been weird, kind of long. You get the wraparound series from the Mariners for the Rangers, then you start a new series. You're heading into a series with the Astros, so you just kind of been in the Rays were important. Sure, you lost the series, but it really only matters what happens this weekend as far as this week goes, because it's either the wild card or the West,
right? And
it's really close in the wild card. It's really close in the West. And pretty much everyone you're fighting with is 500.
Yeah, I go to Tampa Bay, who's got the best home record by far. Their home record is incredible, and played 3 really good close games. Got to have a little bit more, you hope, offensive production and score more runs to get wins. But you came out of it just winning the one game, but not feeling awful. I don't think about how you played and knowing that Seager's going to be back in the mix and doing stuff. Looks like Josh is going to be off a little bit longer than we anticipated, but it's a big weekend. You've got to get at least one if you're the Rangers, and you hope you can get the 2 and maintain your lead and actually extend your lead if you can get 2 out of 3 there. So it'll be interesting to see how things go, and you need to get off to a good start tonight.
You enter the series half game up. The Rangers 55-54, the Astros 55-55. That's 52 games left for the Astros. 53 games left for the Rangers. The Rangers 5-5 in their last 10. The Astros 8-2. They were off last night, so they get to Houston a little earlier than the Rangers do. Just a massive, massive series, and the pitching matchups we'll talk about later. The offensive matchups we'll talk about later. We'll do a full segment on this series, but I don't know. It's big for both. It's big for both, and you get big time matchup tonight with Eovaldi and Brown.
And you would think it's going to have one of those kind of a playoff atmosphere. Being a weekend series.
Oh yeah.
I'm sure there'll be quite a few Rangers fans down there, so it'll be a good mix of Rangers and Astros fans, which leads to a little bit back and forth with the fan bases, and so. It should be fun. If you can find a place that you can actually watch the game, then it'd probably be worth watching it.
Yeah, I'll pull it up on my phone. How exciting! I'll just watch it on my phone. Oh, it's easy to watch. Just watch it on your phone.
Yeah, this little bitty screen.
All right, yeah. Let's not use the 70-inch TV we bought. Yeah, let's use the phone right in front of our face, like we're 12. We do have a question of the day today as well. We will ask it right now and answer it at 9:30. We'll get some headlines in between. Are you much of a UFL guy?
No,
Did you expect a UFL question today?
I did not.
Well, that's what we try to do here. Of course, we have the NFL coming up, college football coming up. The UFL played in the spring. The UFL announced yesterday that they were going to leave Birmingham and Houston.
Oh.
So the Houston Gamblers and the Birmingham Stallions are going to move. The conversation around this online is that they need different TV markets. And I always think that's the dumbest thing. People are going to watch from the national perspective.
Right.
You don't need people tuning in on TV in Birmingham. You need the Birminghamians to go to the game and not watch it on TV.
Exactly.
So the TV market, to me, is always a dumb conversation in this kind of stuff. My question for you on the UFL, let's make it a two-parter. Would you like to see the UFL in Lubbock? B, do you think a college town so focused on college sports would support a UFL team? So we can get into that, dig into that a little bit as we move forward. Are any of the other teams moving? You were leaning into the mic there.
Oklahoma City is getting one in 2028.
Now, is that a new team?
I believe.
So they're expanding.
Expanding, huh?
And then
So there's some relocation and some expansion happening at the same time.
I'm not in the UFL. I mean, I like the DC Defenders.
Sure.
Obviously, that's kind of known. But two teams that I haven't heard of, Columbus Aviators and the Louisville Kings, are the two ones that I don't recognize that are, I guess, going to be in the mix, replacing Houston and Birmingham for next season. So there are 6 teams on this current list, with the 7th coming in 28.
Those 2 teams were there last year.
They were.
Yeah, read all 6 teams.
Columbus Aviators, Dallas Renegades, DC Defenders, Louisville Kings, Orlando Storm, and St. Louis Battlehawks.
So there were 8 teams, and then you had the Houston Gamblers and the
Birmingham Stallions.
Yeah, I think you had all 8 last year.
Okay.
I remember the Aviators. I don't remember the Kings.
And then the new Oklahoma City in a couple of years.
Okay. So if you're relocating, would a place like Lubbock or, I don't know, Ann Arbor, something like that, Albuquerque, or even Amarillo, I mean, could you get it in this West Texas region and then see what happens? Because the Houston people were not going to those games.
No.
That's why they're leaving.
Yep.
And the
Even
Birmingham,
though the Gamblers had been there for
yeah,
in different leagues,
right,
but for a while.
And then the Birmingham, that was more of a stadium thing. That's been a good team.
Wasn't it in Birmingham where they all played?
Yeah. They couldn't secure
the first year.
a
Yeah,
stadium.
they just all. Oh,
Yeah. All right. More after this.
Definitely not the starters. You're on the End of the Bench podcast from 100.7 The Score.
Welcome back. 100.7 The Score is the End of the Bench. I just saw this is unrelated to what we're about to do, but I just saw the official, I guess, ESPN Song of the Year that they do for college football. Mm-hmm. So you're going to hear this song a bunch. This is generally like Imagine Dragons or Jelly Roll, something like that.
right.
This year it's Shabuzi and Gunna. High Noon is the song. Shabuzi, who you might know him from the Bar song, and Gunna, who you might know from other music, and those two have collaborated for a song for college football.
So did they write it specifically for?
No, probably not. They just they're just using it for it. But
Okay.
It's like an old saloon song, kind of. It's got the old West whistles in it.
So,
So we'll see. Certainly a modernized version. I don't want to be misleading people. That it's like Marty Robbins or something. Yeah, it's Shabuzi, but all right. So the question is: would Texas Tech potentially, or the city of Lubbock, at maybe Lowry or one of these other high school fields, be able to support and host a UFL team? Would you want to see it? Do you want to see it? Would that be good for you? You can answer on the Yates Flooring Center chat line. We'll get Trent's answer and Lucas' answers here soon. But I knew when I brought this up that it was going to dictate the conversation. This texter says, I'd rather have a minor league baseball team. Yeah, me too. Me too. But the summer soccer league has seemingly done very well in Lubbock. They get, 2,000 to 6,000 people a week.
Yeah.
Out there at these soccer games. We had AA when I lived in Tulsa. This from Lindell Jeff. We went to a dozen games every year. I believe the 806 would be very supportive. The whole thing with baseball is I think you'd have to build a stadium because there's some overlap, right?
Right.
If you could do that, if you could build like a Hodgetown replica, that'd be awesome. Or a Frisco Rough Rider.
Right.
Because that's not a big stadium at all. It's just some stands and then a baseball field and then concessions. But would you want to build a brand new AA park and not have one for Texas Tech?
Right. Yeah.
I don't know. If the city's putting into it, I'd rather just give it to Texas Tech than a new
and that's
AA team.
That's a long time thing that the city of Lubbock has looked at. We've had it on ballots before to build something. It was downtown.
Yes.
And it was rejected by the voters. We had independent people who were funding it and breaking dirt, and then that money was not come by earnestly, and that project all disappeared, and so it's been tried a few times here in Lubbock, and just hasn't worked. I think Lubbock would support an affiliated team. We had the Crickets that played at Dan Law, and actually helped with some of the upgrades and things when they were here, and but it just wasn't the type of baseball that people want to go see, and it's come so much further, I guess, with the entertainment aspect of it that you have in the minor leagues and banana ball and all that type of stuff that I think people would go do it. They would go watch because it's baseball is a very kid friendly, family friendly game, and for the most part it's more affordable. So the baseball aspect, I think, yes. Get to the football aspect. And the original question, and I don't think Lubbock is a place that would support the football because you have Tech football. I think something like that needs to be at a place where you don't have the big, maybe a big college that would kind of interfere or take the entertainment dollars for the most part. So it always amazes me that. We had the San Antonio Gunslingers back in the 80s in the USFL. To me, that would be the perfect place to play. You've got your Alamo Dome that's sitting there. That would be a great, and you can sell it as a, hey, this is, we're trying to get an NFL team. Let's see if we can support. Let's give a trial run, and I think you would have larger attendance there, maybe even in El Paso, a big city. It doesn't have something like that going on, even though you have UTEP. That city would still be big enough to maybe support something.
I don't think Tech football interferes with UFL at all because it's not the same time. The UFL is March, April, maybe February, March, April. What I do think interferes is Tech basketball Are you playing a Saturday night game, Tech basketball, Saturday afternoon game, Tech basketball? Or could you get 15,000 at a Tech basketball game and 6,000? If you get 21,000 people out there to go to UFL and Tech basketball. Tech softball starts in March. Tech baseball starts in March. You're going softball, baseball, basketball, women's basketball, UFL. I mean, they would be fifth in that.
And that's what I just don't think the people's entertainment dollars are going to have enough left over for something like that.
And, you think in Houston, there is surely that big a place you can find 10,000 people to go watch a football game. But apparently not.
Yeah.
And then in Birmingham, I do think it was more of a stadium thing. Now, would people go to UFL games in Lubbock? Yes. Would they go 2 years in a row?
Right.
Would they go 3 years in a row?
Yeah, once the novelty wears off.
Is the team good? I think that's a big question.
Mm-hmm.
Who are you playing? Do you have Red Raiders on the team? Because that's another thing. If you could, you could get these point. UFL teams in college towns, and then get, 5 guys that didn't make the NFL just back on the UFL team, then you're like, okay, hey, here's some attraction.
Right.
Here's some star power for the city.
Yeah. I
think you'd absolutely go watch Baron Morton.
Yeah.
Or one of these other. I was trying to think of like a star, like a who's not in the NFL.
One of the
like Josh Kelly.
Late round.
Like let's put a Josh Kelly back out there, who played wide receiver. I think that'd be fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
Of course, that would still be in the NFL, by the way.
That would be one of the keys is to tap into your local people to get them, to add some excitement and some name recognition.
Yeah.
Your coaching staff could also be former Red Raiders.
Yeah, what's Graham Harrell doing? Yeah. Offer him something lucrative.
Yeah.
He's doing ACU, right? He's there offensive coordinator at ACU. Just take the spring off. Come on down, Graham Harrell. You'll be fine. You can do most. Just go back and forth. Yeah.
But we had that a little bit with our, they had the indoor football. They played at the Coliseum.
Yeah.
And Rodney Blackshear coached that group for a couple of years. So that. And you ever been to an indoor football, arena football?
Oh, yeah. I grew up going to the ones in Lubbock, and then we went to the Venom in Amarillo. Was it the Venom? The Vipers?
Maybe Vipers. Yeah.
They were yellow. We went to the yellow team in Amarillo a couple times.
So, those were fun.
Was it Midland or Amarillo?
Those are some fun games to go to.
There was the Renegades and the Renegades? The Outlaws? What was the team in Lubbock? The Outlaws?
Yes, Outlaws.
The Outlaws. Was it Outlaws? I think they had 2 different names. And of course, it's the Arlington Renegades now. The UFL is going to have replacement markets in 27. They're going to expand to 10 by 28 and 12 by 30. So there's
completely independently funded, not connected with NFL at all, right?
Right.
Okay.
And I think I would ultimately say no to Lubbock.
Yeah.
Playing time is not required. This is the End of the Bench podcast from 100.7 The Score.
Welcome back. 100.7 The Score is the End of the Bench. Couple more texts here on the previous conversation. There's a lot of people here in Lubbock that have tried to show support for minor league football. If there was a chance some Red Raiders could stay in Lubbock and continue playing, I believe it would succeed. I remember the Renegades. If there was like a guarantee to get something like 10 Red Raiders, like it's like, hey, the defense will feature Rico Jeffers, Krishawn Merriweather.
Yeah.
Like some of these linebackers. Miles Cole is going to get some time on the defensive line. We'll bring Kerry Hyder out of retirement after a long NFL career, see what he wants to do there on the defensive line. And there's a ton of coaches. Eric Ward he's the head coach at Estacado.
Right.
He could be on staff there in the spring if he wants to come over for the UFL. Now, I don't know exactly through the spring what that calendar would look like, where they would practice, because there is some high school and whatever else going on, but surely we could find a field for the UFL to practice on.
Yeah, there's plenty of fields around.
Potentially they could play in the Jones. I mean, Joey loves that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and whatever you can get that's going to add a little money to the coffers out there for Tech athletics, then nowadays you're ready to do it.
Can we leave some double T's up?
No, yeah.
Just for people to see. I mean, you're not taking the scoreboard down.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know if they would. I don't know what you could do there. Could you play at Lowry, the LISD field?
Right.
It's not like you're expecting 10,000. Of course, you don't want to limit yourself if you did get 10,000.
Right.
But I think that holds 8. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what you would look at. And I don't know what the UFL specifications are to have a certain size of field. When you watch a UFL game, I don't know that a lot of people do, but when you watch a UFL game, there are names that are recognized from college football. And it's a pretty young roster. You could figure it out and kind of shoehorn some Tech guys onto these Lubbock rosters. Oklahoma City's interesting. I think that's the kind of market you're looking for, a professional market with no football.
Right. Yeah.
Because you're not calling this minor league football if you're the UFL. This is a professional football league that's just different than the NFL. But they're trying to pace themselves as spring football that's on the level of the NFL. It's not right now, but that's what they're trying to do. So it's not a minor league system for the NFL. It's a different thing entirely. Could you go find like a St. Louis and play in the old Rams dome?
Mm-hmm.
Could you go to San Diego and play in San Diego? I mean, those are the markets that I would think. No professional football at the NFL level, but a professional city.
Right. Yeah.
That's what I would think you're trying to do with the UFL. Let's see. Let's check the calendar here, Lucas. We've got some.
Your daily look at what's happening in the world of sports, birthdays, and holidays. Let's check the calendar.
It's National Mutt Day, so shout out to Penny, my parents' dog. She's at least part Chihuahua. No idea what else. She has long hair. She's kind of an ugly little thing, but cute to us.
Mutts make the best dogs, though.
Oh, yeah. It's Harry Potter's birthday. You're a wizard, Harry. Harry Potter guy?
Not really.
That's a no.
I've never read any of the books.
Okay.
Watched some of the movies. Did all the stuff, Harry Potter stuff at Universal. That was cool.
I would like to go down there.
That was really neat. And so I tried to watch all the movies before we went.
Yeah.
And got bogged down on like 4. I couldn't
They're
tell
hard
you
to
which
watch back
ones
to
they
back to
were.
back to
So
back.
yeah.
I will say, I actually really don't want to go to Universal, but it would be fun. I would go if it was available to me. I'm not going to pay to go to that. But I have read the books multiple times.
Okay.
Over the years. I've listened to most of the books on audiobook and seen all the movies a bunch of times. That's like right in my age wheelhouse. Like I'm in 6th grade and the 3rd or 4th book's coming out, and then by the time the last book's coming out, I'm like a senior in high school.
Okay.
So it was
you and Harry grew up together.
I grew up with Harry Potter. Yeah.
There we go.
I think pretty much I was the same age as Harry Potter. Yeah.
Yeah.
So just going through it, it's like, okay, yeah, it's.
But how awesome those books! They got everybody reading them. As kids, that you're carrying around thick books, man.
Big,
those things
huge.
are a lot of pages, but
a lot of AR points.
But yeah,
until they were banned.
As an English teacher, I appreciate writers like that inspire kids to read and get them excited about that.
All right, a couple other ones. National Jump for Jelly Beans Day, National Raspberry Cake Day, National Talk in an Elevator Day. No, thank you. Shredded Wheat Day.
I'm out.
Yeah. I like the strawberry mini wheats.
I hadn't had those. Maybe they're better than the shredded.
Barely. Birthdays?
Well, continuing on the Harry Potter conversation, J.K. Rowling's birthday.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so she made Harry's her birthday, huh?
That makes sense.
There we go.
She is turning 61 years old today.
Okay.
Other birthdays include DeMarcus Ware, turning 44.
Shout out.
A.J. Green, 38. Brian Arakpo, 40. Zach Brown, 48. Wesley Snipes, 64. Rico Rodriguez, 28. Plays Manning in the Modern Family. And then Mark Cuban, turning 68 years old.
Okay.
He's done well for himself.
He has.
This day, sports history, 1930, Lou Gehrig has an 8 RBI game where he hit the grand slam, 2 doubles, and a Yankees 14-13 win over the Red Sox. 1978, Pete Rose ties the National League hit streak, 44 consecutive games, and it ends there, unable to overcome Joe DiMaggio's 56, which still stands, and many people think that's one that will never be broken. So, how are you on the Pete Rose Hall of Fame?
The Hall of Fame is a museum that I think should include all great players, good and bad, and you can just have that in the story.
Yeah.
Right?
Right. Yeah, I agree.
If you want to put an asterisk by it or whatever else, Barry Bonds, Mark McGwire, Pete Rose, I think they have their place in Cooperstown. It just they need to put the full story in there.
Yeah, and certainly, it's kind of a lifetime ban. Well, his lifetime's over.
Right. Yeah.
Let's put him in there.
Yeah.
And we can do it now that he's not with us. If you were saying, hey, we don't want to recognize it while you're alive, that's fine. But, the guy was a phenomenal baseball player and did it over a long time at a very high level. So I think he needs to be in. So, 1981, Major League Baseball ends a 42-day strike. That was big for me growing up because you had minor league baseball then that had to fill the airways on ESPN. So the Toledo Mud Hens and teams like that became common to us. 1990, Nolan Ryan becomes the 20th pitcher to get his 300th win. So pretty good for an average pitcher, Chuck Hines. And a couple of tech things. Zach Thomas named defensive captain for the Miami Dolphins in 1997. 2016, A.J. Ramos gets his only win of the season for the Miami Marlins to go with his 40 saves in that year. Interesting note, Ramos holds the major league record for the most games played without a plate appearance at 357.
Oh, wow.
And in 2018, Patrick Mahomes began his first training camp as QB1 for the Chiefs.
More after this.
Playing time is not required. This is the End of the Bench podcast from 100.7 The Score.
Welcome back. 100.7 The Score. It is the End of the Bench. A couple of texts here before we get to a burning question. Bobby Hot Dog says, I went to some sort of arena football game sometime in the aughts. It was at the Lubbock Coliseum. And those games were fun. I mean, those games, the Cotton Kings, the Crickets. I mean, the 2000s in Lubbock, you could go to all kinds of sports, and they were all fun. And I was still going to take baseball games and football games, but I enjoyed that. What do you want to call it? Minor league, semi-pro, whatever you want to call it. All of that stuff was fun.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, shout out to Phil Bryant and the Crickets. Shout out to a lot of those guys that are still around Lubbock from the Cotton Kings. Just really fun stuff. And the Lubbock Matadors, the soccer team, seemingly has been doing really well. I mean, they moved up a class.
Yeah.
Because they were doing so well in Lubbock. So I 100% think the UFL could succeed in Lubbock. I think if you're the UFL, you probably look at some of these other places first. But I would not. If I was the UFL, I would not be afraid to come to a city like Lubbock, because I think Lubbock would back it better than Houston.
Yeah, and that you have facilities for them that they could have to utilize, practice, play, whatever.
Sure.
And
now I don't know. I mean, obviously the money would have to be right for Texas Tech to be involved there, but especially if you could get some kind of guarantee that they would be playing Red Raiders on the team. I don't know. It just seems like a win-win there.
For sure.
I don't know. Bobby Hot Dog says, also, Harry Potter even caused a bed fire for young Rob Breaux. That's true. My lamp fell into the bed when I was reading Harry Potter, and I fell asleep on top of the lamp, and it combusted.
Is it one of those halogen bulbs, those really hot ones?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. This is in 1999, probably.
Yeah, whatever.
Probably 2001, maybe. Anyways. 6th grade Robert was spontaneously combusted. This texter, Lindell Jeff, says, free Shoeless Joe. Yeah, I think even if you just put them in as a team, if you just put the Black Sox in as a team and say, hey, this is what happened. These were great players on the team. They messed up, but this is the story of that. It's the story of baseball.
Right.
You can't tell the story of baseball without Pete Rose. You can't tell the story of baseball without Barry Bonds. You probably can't tell the story of baseball without the Black Sox. I mean, it's a museum.
Yeah.
And if you're telling the story of baseball, you can't just leave out great players because they have some sort of thing going on. Whether it's gambling or steroids. By the way, the whole league was doing steroids for a time when Barry Bonds was doing them.
Yeah.
It's not like those pitchers weren't juiced to the gills throwing at Barry Bonds.
And you've got a few guys in there that everybody pretty much knows was doing it.
Yeah. On 1996, this day, Kurt Angle won the gold with a broke frickin' neck. I love Kurt Angle. Texans fan Mr. B says CJ is the problem for us Texas fans. Love the guy, but he has to show up and show out. He also says he'll never forgive Von Miller for being at A&M and giving a dirty hit to Graham right before halftime of the game in 06. It's been so long since he was in college. I think I'm fine with him being on the Cowboys now. Especially if he can get... I mean, if he played 100 snaps and had 5 sacks, I mean, that would be worth $1 million to me. Yeah. It's not my money.
Right.
It'd be worth Jerry's $1 million to me. All right, let's do a burning question here, Lucas.
2 minutes of non-stop in-your-face inquiries with no end in sight. It's time for Burning Questions.
Which NBA record will never be broken? I've got 6 options.
Okay.
First one is John Stockton's 17,000 assists. Second one, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's 6 MVPs. Third one, LeBron James' 51,000 points. Fourth one, Bill Russell's 11 NBA championship rings. Fifth one, Magic Johnson being the only finals MVP as a rookie. And last one, I think is the funniest one, Michael Jordan 3 times retired.
Oh, that's the Brett Favre there, which you don't really. Jordan doesn't really get popped for that as much as Brett Favre did.
All right.
As you were going through those, I was like, it's that one. Nope, it's that one. Nope, it's that one. I would say 3 times retired. Somebody's going to do that. Probably not a prolific guy like Michael Jordan. We're going to get some sort of going away year-long thing from LeBron. And then I don't think he'll come back. They're in talks. LeBron is in talks to do a last ride or whatever documentary that Jordan did.
Oh, uh-huh.
He's in talks to get that filmed.
For this last,
Well,
but he hadn't announced it's his last year yet.
If he signs that deal, I guess it will be one last ride with the 76ers. I think it has to be LeBron's 51,000 points, right? Because that's not only is that a high level of play, that's playing for 25 years,
right,
or whatever he's played for.
That was second on my list.
And what would be number one?
The assist.
See, that's the one I was like, oh, it's that one.
Yeah.
And then it's 11 champion. No, it's that one. Because I think a rookie could somehow end on and get hot, like Kawhi Leonard. I don't know if he was a rookie when they did it, but he was Finals MVP, I guess, in his second season.
Right.
Now you have to probably be a lottery pick, and then that team has to make some moves, and there's probably some.
Right, to elevate from who's getting drafted. Yeah, that was some odd situations that Magic and Bird both got on the teams that they got on, and then, before conspiracy theories evolved.
Yeah. 11 championships for Bill Russell. That's playing and coaching, right? Or is that
just playing? Just playing.
Oh, wow.
But you've got guys that could get them that maybe not, the Robert Ory's of the world and stuff that
David
just
West.
happen to be on the teams or rent the guys that might be able to get something like that.
Yeah. 11 is a big number.
It is.
You'd have to really play your cards right, but I think that'd be 4 or 5 different teams if somebody did it now. So you'd go assists or points?
I would go the assist first, just because the game does not lend itself to a whole lot of assists right now, and to have the longevity to put it together like Stockton. I think that the assist would be the one that's going to stay.
My answer would be 6 MVPs, because that's being the best player in the league 6 times.
Yeah.
So that would be in my list as well. And not only because I don't know that there's a dominant player for a stretch, because, again, you have to have longevity, right? You have to be good.
Mm-hmm.
But you also have to be likable enough that the voters aren't
That's true.
being catty
That's
and
true.
petty. And
That's
not,
true.
Because it's like, we don't want that guy to do that. And then sometimes it's like, well, he's not better than LeBron, so we can't have him pass LeBron, so he's just not going to get MVPs for a while. You also have that kind of stuff.
Right.
Currently, you got LeBron at 4, Jokic at 3, SGA at 2, Giannis at 2, and Curry at 2.
So LeBron, Curry, they're not going to get there.
No. Jokic?
SGA and Jokic? Could Jokic get 3 more? Could SGA get 4?
Yeah.
I mean, you might tie there. SGA is fairly young.
Yeah, but can his body withstand? He doesn't have like Jokic's body could hold up for a little bit longer, so.
A little less impact there
Yep.
on the floor.
Playing time is not required. This is the End of the Bench podcast from 100.7 The Score.
Welcome back. It's time for Ask the Benchwarmers. You can get your questions in on the 8th Flooring Center chat line. This texter asks, Ben Roberts has another year if he wants it, right? No. But sure. Everyone does, right?
I think everybody...
You got to find the right lawyer, huh? No. Ben Roberts redshirted in 2022. So under the current guidelines, under the current rules, that was his 5th year.
His bonus year.
You get 5 years to play 5 years. Now, is that a little unfair because they probably would have played him more
right
if they would have known? Could he technically? Sure. If Ben Roberts has a healthy season this year, there's no reason for him to play another one at Texas Tech except for, potentially some collegiate glory.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's going to be some cash involved either way, but he's legit. He's going to go play in the NFL. He's got the size. Barring any kind of, if he plays 13 plus games, he'll be drafted.
Yeah, and I think with the reputation our defense and our linebacker group has, he's got the opportunity to go be another first-round draft pick for us next year.
Because my understanding is if you've redshirted, that was your 5th year. You're basically eliminating the word redshirt from the lexicon.
Yeah, because it started getting into, hey, you can play 4 games, and then you can play 4 games and the postseason bowl games and playoffs. Right. Now all of a sudden, you could play 7 games and be a redshirt, and now that eliminates all of that and having to manipulate it. There's probably the wiggle room that someone could have a lawsuit for a medical and get that extra year, but I think that's what they're trying to avoid is, hey, you got 5 for 5 total. It doesn't matter what happens, when it happens. You've got 5 years, so we'll see how that holds up. But
hopefully they've written it in a way. Now, there are some things like pregnancy or service time in the military and service time in a mission. We'll call it religious mission.
Right.
So there's more than just the Mormons out there, but I do think it is the BYU exception.
Exactly.
But, a lot of that stuff, I think Oregon has a 5-star receiver that's going to join the program after taking a year off for a mission. Okay. So it's not just BYU.
No.
But there's all that stuff out there. It's funny, there's a BYU guy that likes Will Hammond. Obviously, Will Hammond, LDS, I believe. He always calls him Brother Hammond. He's always tweeting, hey, looking forward to seeing you in the Big 12 championship, Brother Hammond. So
how does, the military, it used to be you played, and then after you finished your eligibility, you went and did, 4-year stint.
Yeah.
Army, whatever, Navy. Do they get that 5th year and then they go do their service? Or could they do 4, go do their service, and come back for a final year?
No, I think it's more so like the freshmen are doing basic training or something, and then you play 3? Is that how it is?
I don't know.
So now you just get the 4 full after doing the service year as a freshman?
Is that?
I think it's something like that.
Okay.
There's at the front end, they're talking about the service. I don't think they're talking about 4 full years of service in Afghanistan and then coming back. Yeah, I don't think that's the case.
Roger Staubach coming back to college.
What is this? Benchwarmers, what would you name your UFL football team if you owned it? Let's say it's in Lubbock. Bullfighter does say Rob's would be the Little Smokies, the Big Raspy Voices, or the Big Hairy Cubans. I don't think any of those would be the final name, but I do like them. What would you name a UFL Lubbock football team?
God, that's what I was sitting here thinking. So many of the good ones. I would probably try to tie in something with the Reese Air Force Base.
Okay.
And bombers or something like that, and try and tie something into the history of the town.
That'd be cool.
So, positive history. I'd stay away from like tornadoes or something.
Sure, you don't want to go to the Death Storm.
Yeah,
The Haboobs.
Right.
Lucas, what would you name your UFL?
Well,
team?
mine would have been the Haboobs.
Yeah. Oh, this guy's going Lubbock Strippers, and then I guess you're having some cotton.
The cotton strippers.
Cotton stuff going on. Oh yeah, he clarifies cotton strippers.
There we go. So if you're, those sound like some minor league baseball.
Yeah.
That's,
The cotton strippers would
Yeah.
be very funny. Wouldn't Rob's team be the Quad Kings? I like the Hub City stuff. I wouldn't mind like a dust storm kind of. I don't know. You could probably figure something out there. Of course, the jersey would be brown or something. I don't know if the color scheme would be great. I do like the Bombers. This texter says Dirt Devils. I kind of like the Bombers because then you could go like a green, and then your helmet could be like a gunmetal gray or green with just like a, maybe not a pinup girl, but something like one of those bullets with the teeth.
Oh, yeah.
Like they did on the old Bombers.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be kind of cool. That'd be a cool look. I'm in.
All right.
I'm in.
Good.
We're going with Trent's guess or suggestion. You can get your questions on the Yates Flooring Center chat line. The question earlier was, do you think the UFL would be successful in Lubbock or a town like Lubbock? It seems like to me that there would be more of a want from the UFL to do like a St. Louis or a San Diego, somewhere that's had professional football. I think St. Louis, I mean, you have the dome there still, right?
Is it still there?
Is it active? Have they been sweeping the concourse?
Yeah.
I'm sure they have events there.
Yeah, you have to. If
Like,
it's still
it's
there,
probably
then
a concert venue at
Right.
this point, or they're doing monster trucks and rodeos like they did at the Coliseum after it was not used for basketball anymore. Surely that St. Louis. Now, the Rams left because they were trying to build a new one, and then they were trying to build. I guess it ended up being SoFi in Los Angeles, but they were trying to build that in St. Louis, and St. Louis wasn't doing it. So maybe that one is a little bit old, but surely you can get the UFL going in there.
Yeah, it'd work for the UFL. Was it the RCA? Was that the St. Louis?
I was trying to think of what it was. I don't remember.
No.
Just the greatest show on turf.
Yep.
But if you're looking at it from that perspective, it's also like, hey, spring inside. That might be a little better. You get a little dome action there. It's not Arena League that's doing the short fields. It's the the full field and everything else.
Right.
I don't know. I think that'd be a good move. I wonder where they're playing in Oklahoma City. Surely they have a stadium already prepared. Or you think they're having to build one? Is that why it's in 2 years?
I can't think of a stadium unless they've got one that's a big
high school
stadium that that's a lot of them use. It's like an Allen or something like that that they have there that for their ISD. I think it'd have to be pretty good size though for what the UFL would want to have as far as your minimum requirements.
Oklahoma City is building a new multi-purpose downtown stadium which will host professional soccer and the UFL. So they're building a new 10,000 plus seat stadium south of Bricktown. $121 million.
Wow. Good for them.
It looks really cool, too.
Good for them.
It looks like a soccer stadium.
Yeah.
But that's cool.
Yeah.
All right, more after this, but it's the bottom line.
Ladies and gentlemen, the weekend.
This has been the End of the Bench podcast from 100.7 The Score. Go to 107thescore.com for more from the Double T Sports Network.